there's gonna be some glare, but it's okay. Hello again. I had a very good month of media. I feel like I don't have a good month of January books. However, like every year, I feel like it's the most random selection of books that I read, and yeah, they're just not like ever the best. Not to say that I don't read good ones, I have. It's just never ever like a significant period of reading for me. However, I had an incredible, my hair looks so frizzy and dry. Gorgeous. I had an incredible month for mostly music and TV, but I feel like TV is like a constant in my life, so we're gonna stick with it. I'm gonna start, I didn't write this down, but I'm gonna say some games like updates. I mean, obviously if you're new here you won't know, but now you do. I am the biggest Life is Strange fan. I have a Life is Strange tattoo. I didn't play Double Exposure, but I do want to. I actually just started playing Life is Strange 2, and the reason I put it off is because after playing all the other games, I literally fell into a depression. So I kind of stepped back and only played like cozy, non-realistic games for a bit. I recently got back into COD, so I was like, fuck it, if I can get back into COD, then I can get back into this. And yeah, I'm trying to do Life is Strange 2 already. just kill me. Just kill me at this point. I do feel like, because I know everything that happens, I do feel like Double Exposure won't damage my brain as much as the other ones, but we'll see. Anyways, they released an announcement that another Life is Strange, like Life is Strange Reunited, is coming, with the original character Chloe returning, and I literally had a breakdown. I literally had a breakdown for about 2 hours over this news. I mean, I think we all kind of eventually saw it coming. Because of the lore behind the kind of gaming studios that took over and just kind of flopping at their decisions after taking it over. But even so, I was like having a genuine nervous breakdown. So I really want to play that, hence why I started to play Life is Strange 2, because I was like, okay, I'm going to finish this before it comes out. And because it's not coming out on anything I own, I don't own a non-Mac PC. I own a Switch, but they're not bringing it out on Switch. I have a PS4, not PS5. I don't have an Xbox, so I'm literally fucked in terms of playing this game. However, I am determined that they will bring it out on Switch, even though they literally said yesterday they have no news about that yet. I'm determined, and I feel like it will happen after its initial release, because I feel like they will see like numbers being lower than they want it to, which is what usually drives this fucking gaming studio. So there we go. What else? I feel like I started playing something else. No, I did. I got I think it was called My Tiny Room, My Cute Tiny Room, or Cozy Room or something. It was on sale for £1. I wanted it for a while. It is very cute, but very, very easily, like, you play it for a minute and you don't need to play it anymore kind of thing, which is okay for some. It's kind of like a filler game, hence why I bought it when it was £1. But yeah, those are the games I've been playing / really looking forward to. Let's go on to the main stuff now. Starting with movies. Okay, I have two. Again, if you're new here you won't know this, but you do now. I'm a true crime enthusiast, so I've got 2 true crime docs and 1 short film that I watched. I watched Boy I'm Scared, which was the short film, and it's animated. It's so sad. It just like was so beautiful. There's just like an energy, atmosphere to the short film, and I just find anyone who can do animation and illustration like that incredible. So big props to them for being able to create that, but it was stunning and I cannot recommend that show enough. You can find that on YouTube. And then the 2 documentaries I watched, true crime documentaries, can be found on Netflix. The first one was The Perfect Neighbor. Literally watched this on January 1st. This is the, I cannot talk about this enough. Okay, you need to hear me out. This is the first documentary I've ever watched which was 100% real footage. That was it. There's no interviews, there's no like what's it called, it's staged but like refilmed like footage where they remake the footage and but it's fake and with actors. None of that. It was footage from 0 seconds to the very final second. I loved it. Obviously they interviewed people but they only used like the voice memo, so it was so powerful because of that. I just felt like that was such a smart and clever decision to do. Also, for people who don't love true crime or gore or anything like that, it's not gory as in you don't see anything even though it's fully footage. The context is that it's a white woman, an insane white woman, as a horrible just nuisance neighbour, and she basically over a short period of time really calls the police 1,000,000 times a week. So a lot of the footage is just police going down there and talking to her and talking to the neighbours. But still it's so powerful, and the footage uses there's real footage from when it happened rather than seeing it actually happen, and that's heartbreaking still, but there's nothing you see that is too much. Finally, one I watched yesterday again on Netflix, brand new, it's called Kidnapped, Elizabeth Smart. I actually didn't know about this story, and I had one of my best friends, Amy, was watching it at the same time and she wasn't loving it, but crazy. I kind of, so like Boy I'm Scared and The Perfect Neighbor were 5 stars. This one was 4.5 stars, and the reason this was 4.5 stars and not 5 is because I kind of wish they did a little bit more background on the kidnappers and on the aftermath, because it was like just like the last 5 minutes, and I really wanted to know, like, the reason I watch true crime is because I love psychology, I love science, like that's what I am drawn to, is like what makes people do things and things like that, and how it affects us and all of that. So the fact that that was kind of lacking was the reason I didn't love it 100%, but I loved it enough that I would watch that again. Like, it was really good. Can you tell I'm like having a really bad hair day? So with TV shows, I had one that I was watching from last year, end of last year, because it was being released weekly. So it was released, the final few episodes were released in January. But it was Culinary Class Wars, favourite cooking show of all time ever. I absolutely love that fucking show. It was brilliant. However, I do feel like the ending was like anticlimactic. I feel like it should have been really dramatic, because the entire show is built to be very dramatic, but who am I? Then I finally watched Exploding Kittens. I feel like I wanted to understand the lore behind it, and also because Smosh play it, and Smosh is one of my favourite shows I watch all the time, YouTubers, and yeah, it was good. I'm pretty much a sucker for any kind of genuinely funny, not overtly crude adult animation, because I feel like things like South Park and Family Guy, I'm just like, it's too much, like, it's not even funny for me. Whereas things like Bob's Burgers and things like this, I'm like, period. And finally, which is what I'm watching right now, Law and Order: Criminal Intent. Why does nobody talk about this show? Why does nobody talk about this show? So we all talk about SVU and we all talk about the OG. why does nobody talk about this spin-off? Because this spin-off is the best Law and Order that exists. I said it. What are you gonna do? I think, no, I'm not even gonna back that up. It's just true, it's just fucking factual. I'm livid that this is not spoken about because it's so good. It's genuinely the best. Like, there are moments in the original Law and Order and SVU where it's so cringy or like the acting's bad. Usually not from the main casts, but still, I mean, the original Law and Order's new cast is genuinely fucking questionable. But anyways, I have not thought that once throughout any of this show, and I'm on like season 6 now. I've binged it in 2 weeks. Like, come on, why do we not talk about this? And I did watch Law and Order Criminal Intent Toronto. You can tell that this is what they're basing that off of. Obviously it's Criminal Intent, but it's just based in Toronto. But yeah, and like, I've watched other spin-offs and stuff, but this is genuinely the best. I have nothing else to say, it's just the best. Then I'll go into books because it's kind of underwhelming. But I read The Healing Hippo of Hinode Park, and this was exactly what I expected it to be. I love it. I love translated fic, especially when it's Asian translated fic. It's just the best. I love books that are like mythos as well as like lessons that are like basic, but it's written so sweetly that it's almost like, oh my god, yeah, duh, like this is heartbreaking, even though it's like common sense, and it's just done so well, and it's so short that it is like the definition of short and sweet. So yeah, I loved it. I was sent the arc, but I promise I'm not like saying it because I was sent an arc. If that was the case, I'd like be saying that about every book I was ever sent, and that's over 600 books. Finally got round to reading Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. Yeah, I understand, and I love that feeling. I love when I read a book that is so highly recommended, so highly rated, and I'm like, yeah, and that's how I felt about this book. Loved it. Kind of not what I expected, but I loved it. And finally, Welcome to Hell by Mohammed Sabaneh. This was a graphic novel, very short, very easy to read, about Gaza. And yeah, I say this all the time, every time I read a book about Gaza, but it's a need. You need to read it, you need to educate yourself, you need to see what these people are experiencing, and there's no other reason, like, there's no other way to put it. It's education, and it's very important to me that I read these things. I did read a couple this month. This was just by far my favorite. I think maybe because obviously you're having the words and illustrations, so it's kind of like hitting you twice as much maybe, but it was brilliant. And finally, music. Laurie by Lovecat, Don't Talk to Me. Why is she in my life for? Kill me. I cannot talk about it. I can't. Sophia and the Antoinettes. Literally every song, nearly. She finally released High My Love, which I've been waiting for 2 years. No exaggeration of a lie. Is that the saying? Maybe, I don't know. And then like half of her EPO Love. When this comes out, I will have seen her live. And the next video should be a vlog of that. So I'm very excited for that. I fucking love her. I think she's incredible. Then I listened to Good Neighbor's new album. I say new, it came out in like October, but like I've been only listening to Hayley Williams for about 4 months straight, so you know, what you can do. I still am, but I was like, I should probably try and listen to something else as well. I've had You Can Call Me Out on repeat. Oh my god, that is actually something I didn't mention. I actually watched the documentary on Chevy Chase, and it was like, I'm Chevy Chase and You're Not, I think is what it's called. And Chevy Chase is an asshole, but the documentary was really good. I do think I watched it this month, so I don't know why I didn't put it here. I must have forgotten, but yeah, it was really good. And then obviously Chevy Chase is in the video for You Can Call Me Al, and at the very end in the credits they play that song in the video. Ever since watching that, like in the first couple of days of January, I've been listening non-stop to You Can Call Me Al, to the point where when I go out, I'm hearing it in shops and pubs, everything. I'm hearing it, but I'm obsessed. Legendary song, come on now. And very finally, I've been listening to Bodies. So if you can't tell, I'm in my angry era. I'm in my like feeling through music era, which has been ever since I've been alive, but you know, it's just continuing. And I know that that might seem like an unexpected choice, but those who really know me know that it's really not. If you saw me through my emo phase, baby, I'm just going back to my roots. So yeah, that's everything that I like really loved this month. I consumed so much media in general, so I feel like I'm missing out some stuff, but I'm not. I know that for a fact. But yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. It will be a very fun vlog. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here and you liked it, feel free to subscribe, like, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.